Hey, how you guys doing? Before we go into the topic, which is we're going to take a look at the PreSonus Eris studio monitors. I'm going to cover a couple of things first before we do an in-depth review. Now, also, I also upgraded a couple other things for my sound system for content creation. Also, we got the what is that? M Audio. This right here. I believe it's the Air 192.4. And also going into it, the reason behind it. Now, let me drag this out for you guys. This was kind of what I was doing my audio for for a couple of years. I know, like the professional content creators are saying, no, don't use these. These are just regular computer monitors. Not the best to use if you're doing content creation. And I do say, yeah, there's a huge difference. Because using such small speakers tends to put everything on the high end, because you kind of lose a lot of the bass and mid range. Of course, you get plenty of highs because the speakers are so small. So it was kind of hard editing audio, and here certain sounds happen at certain ranges, and so it pushed everything to the higher end. And with my hearing, I do have slight hearing loss, which is on the high end anyway. That's what you tend to lose first. So there's definitely some problems. So that's why we're going to be looking at the PreSonus Eris E3.5 studio monitors right here. This is just one of them. We're going to be going in depth very shortly, so please hang on for that. And let me see if we can get it. Okay, so you guys can see it, and the back of it as well. And first, I wanted to break down what a studio monitor is, what it isn't, what it was designed for. Now, obviously, a studio audio monitor was designed to give you the flattest response. So when you hear audio, you're not going to hear it enhanced, which is much different than, let's say, speakers for your surround sound for your entertainment center, because those tend to enhance the sound rather than give you a flat response, because it's going to be hard for you to edit audio, and if the audio is already enhanced, so you need to have a very flat response. But I like these speakers because they're kind of in between. They definitely give you that flat response you need for editing audio, either for a digital audio workstation for audio only, or even editing audio for if you're a video content creator. But they're not so flat that you can't use them for other uses, because I tend to use them for other things as well. Netflix, these PreSonus studio monitors I also use for Netflix, YouTube videos myself, watching them, things of that nature. So they're very general purpose, I think. The price point is definitely there, about $99 or $100, I guess, if you round up. So we're going to look at those in detail right now, so just hang on. We're going to be taking a look at the PreSonus studio monitors. And they feature a 3.5-inch driver along with a 1-inch silk tweeter. We added a technical specification sheet if you guys want to pause it, the video, to take a look at it. And it has a frequency response of 80 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz range. Of course, since the speakers have a 3.5-inch driver, is the reason why this frequency response doesn't go any lower than 80 hertz. These are powered speakers, which has about a total of 50 watts output, which breaks down to 25 watts per speaker. We also been testing this alongside a M Audio USB interface as well. I'm going to break that review video on a separate video sometime in the future. But we primarily be running these through the Rca Jacks directly from the computer. This left speaker, which is the powered portion, features, of course, the two drivers along with the controls at the bottom. And the bottom of the left speaker contains all your external controls. Starting from the far left is the volume for obviously adjusting your volume. Aux in, you can use certain audio devices to plug into your speaker so you can listen it externally, such as cell phones or your audio recorders. Headphone jack for private listening, and your power switch on the right. I'm glad to see most of all the external controls located in the front instead of the back, which is a lot easier to access. On the back of the left speaker contains all your connections, such as power, connection to your right speaker, acoustic tuning, and output from your various devices to your external audio monitor. Also notice there's no physical wires attached to any of the speakers at all, unlike some of the consumer versions, which is great if you need to move them around the studio, the house, or even in a mobile remote location. Now to hook the left speaker to the right speaker, it kind of uses the consumer version way of doing things, which is just a conventional speaker wire, which considering the price point is perfectly fine, and I don't have any issues doing it that way. Now, one of the ways you can connect your computer or audio device into the speakers is using conventional RCA jacks, which is unbalanced. Now, some people have issue with it. I've done some testing putting the volume all the way up, haven't noticed any noise whatsoever. Of course, it's depending on your audio device you're inputting it to, the type of noise it may input into the speakers. The two knobs on the upper left hand side are what PreSonus calls their acoustic tuning. For the type of room you're in, it can raise or cut the frequency response for the bass and the high end, which I find very useful if you're playing movies, gaming, or music, since these are very flat response monitors. Another way to input into your speakers, you can use a balanced TRS jack, quarter-inch jack, if you're running a digital audio workstation, a DAW, or a professional studio. Now, if you're using the RCA jacks to input into the speakers, I'm going to show you how to set this up, at least on the Mac. The other operating system of choice should be very similar. You can choose the sample rate. I usually keep it at 48, 24-bit. You can go up to 96 kilohertz for sample rate, but I don't see I really need that in this particular case. And keep in mind that I would suggest to go your software volume all the way up to 0 unity, and then simply use the volume control on the speaker to control volume. Now, this is the right speaker. All it does is really have a connection from the left speaker, and the left speaker provides the power and the controls to run both speakers. So I'm just adding this for the completeness of the review. All right, finishing out the review, I find the price performance to be outstanding considering what you get for just $100. So this would be great if you're a videographer, utilize a digital audio workstation if you primarily do audio editing. And this is likely also good for movies, music, and gaming as well. So it's very general purpose, and so definitely worth the money, and perhaps you should check them out as well. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.